The truth is, I really didn't like Marcus in the beginning. I'm not gonna say I didn't like him, but I didn't know him, and I got a call from my mother, and she started to talk about this Marcus person, and the way that she edified him. To be honest with you, being her only son, and never really hearing her speak of me that way, I was a bit jealous of Marcus, to be honest, and I really wasn't looking forward to meeting him. Anyway, so my mom was involved in a network marketing opportunity with Marcus, and that was another reason why I really wasn't so enthusiastic about meeting him, or my mother being involved and working with him. But being the son that I am, I figured I would investigate, and I took a flight, my wife and I, and my newborn daughter at the time. It was like 2011. Took a flight to Detroit to meet Marcus and be introduced to this opportunity. And my purpose was really just to go and save a mother from this pyramid scam, right? And so Marcus actually picked us up from the airport with my mother. So I'll tell you, he dropped us off at my grandfather's house that day. And when we were getting out of the car, somehow I got left behind. I think I was getting the luggage. And then it was just Marcus and I looking across the hood of his car, his BMW. He said, I'm proud of you. And I'm thinking, like, this cat doesn't even know me. Like, why is he proud of me? And what did my mother say about me that made me such a bad guy, that he's proud of me as if he knows the struggle that I've had, And so I was a little taken back by it. So time passes, I actually go and see this presentation, get all gung-ho about it. I'm like, I drank the Kool-Aid, so I'm in, right? I'm in 110. My wife and I, we participate in this process with my mother and Marcus, get some good mentorship, and before you know it, we're doing pretty well within the organization. We get the black Mercedes, all these things are going pretty well. In the meantime, my regular business life begins to evolve, and I went from not having the best job to becoming a director of a marketing agency, the largest agency in the city where I live. 2012, October the 28th, I'm on the phone with Marcus, driving back from Miami and to Fort Myers where I live. And I get a phone call, my wife's phone, while I'm on the phone with Marcus, and it's my best friend who I just left in Fort Lauderdale, telling me that she got a call from her mother, that my mother was just admitted into Beaumont Hospital. She had a brain aneurysm. And I'm on the phone with Marcus. And I'm hearing all kinds of things. She's not gonna make it. And again, I'm on the phone with Marcus. And at that moment, my whole life changed. I mean, not only did I lose my mother, because she ended up passing away, but I found myself, for the first time ever, kind of feeling alone, feeling like so after my mother passed away, I wasn't able to continue in the organization, the network marketing organization. It just wasn't something that I could do anymore. It was something that I was doing with her. She wasn't here, it just didn't feel right. So I withdrew myself from the organization. Fortunately, Marcus stayed with me. He continued to be a mentor and a moving force in my life. Like I said earlier, I did get a position at a company as a director. And one day, it was February 5th, 2015, Marcus called me, and I was actually with one of my employees, and I wanted him to hear Marcus speak, because Marcus always would call me and speak some positivity, inspirational information into my life, and I wanted, a person that I'm trying to encourage and mentor, an employee of mine, to also kind of get some of the Marcus mojo. And I put the phone on speakerphone. I didn't warn Marcus about him being on speakerphone, and he went off on me. he told me that I wasn't living up to my mom's expectations, and that I was complacent and I wasn't living in my purpose, and that I was so talented and I just wasn't getting out of life what God had planned for me. And my employee heard it. But I didn't own that company. But I own the company that I work at now. When I got off the phone with Marcus, my employee, he said, "He's right, man. I don't know why you work here. Like, you're so smart, man. You could do it. You could do this on your own, man. I'll help you." I'm like, wow, is this a conflict? So anyway, needless to say, I never went back to work. I started my company on February the 8th, 2015. The point is, my entire life has changed. So, why does this matter, and why am I sharing this story? And how is this connected to my faith in God and His Word? A long time ago, I heard a message. I believe it comes from the book of Mark, when Jesus was leaving Bethany on his way to Jerusalem. Jesus, being a man of flesh, was hungry. He got hungry and he saw a fig tree off in the distance, a standalone fig tree with leaves and flowers, which is an indication that that fig tree is fruitful, that it has fruit. And when he arrives at the fig tree, he finds out that it's fruitless, that the fig tree is a fraud, that you are a standalone fig tree, which, if you know anything about fig trees, they have to cross-pollinate. A fig tree can't grow and bear fruit independently. It cannot do it alone. Yet this fig tree had flowers and leaves as if it had figs, and it did not. Long story short, Jesus curses the fig tree from the root, as Peter would say. And that tree never bare fruit again. And the lesson in that is that you can't always fake it till you make it. And that's what I have been doing, or attempting to do before I met Marcus. I was faking it. I looked like it. I was a lookalike. I would always say it's all right to be a copycat if you copy the right cat. I met Marcus, and he puts his faith in action. The Bible says faith without work is dead. If you don't do the work. And if there's anything I learned from Marcus, I learned how to do the work. So, in that same message in the book of Mark, near the end of that message or passage, Peter asked Jesus about the curse. Like, you really cursed this tree. You really cursed this tree. And Jesus responded to Peter that just as I have cursed this tree, any man, if he believes it, can move this mountain. You could say, mountain, move to the sea, and that mountain will move if you just have the faith and believe it enough. I heard that message a long time ago, and it really didn't mean anything to me until I met Marcus, because he demonstrates that type of power every day. And every day that I get to spend around him, speak to him, have a relationship with him, it's allowed me to, strengthen my walk with Christ, and also increase the quality of life that I have for my family. I live in a home that I want to live in. I drive the car that I want to drive. I have the career that I've always wanted to have. I'm creating an opportunity for other people to have the career that they would like to have. So that's my testimony today. Hopefully you guys gain something from it. Marcus, you're amazing. I really appreciate having you in my life. All glory to God, and you guys have a great day.